Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Market Open for, what is it? It's October the...
No, November.
Oh, yeah, it's November. You can tell. Early in the morning, I might need coffee right off the bat. November the 8th. November the 8th. Oh, boy. All right. Well, a few streams ago, a certain somebody said, could you please do another morning open? So I was like, well, let's see where we can squeeze one in. We got one squeezed in here for today. So we're looking forward to seeing what the market is going to do. Let me know in the comments, guys. What are you guys expecting for the day? Are we going to continue in the green? Is that green afterglow from the election going to keep on trucking? Or are we going to come back to reality a bit and maybe have a little bit of red seep in? Of course, to get those answers, well, one, we have to wait for the bell, but we can take a peek and sort of see what is going on in the rest of the world. So let's very quickly, boop-a-doop, quickly move over here, and we're going to take a gander at the world markets. So we're going to see where the world is sitting right now. As you guys can see right over here, Australia doing fantastic. They are in the green to start the day. But China's not. India's not. We got a little bit of a red wave happening up there. When we look over here at Europe, and I know this is a small graphic, guys. I know it's small, but Europe's pretty red. Europe is red as well. So if you were to base what today is going to look like on this, oh boy, it means, to me, I'm thinking we're going to have a very... whichever direction it goes, I think it's going to be either a light green or a light red. But we're going to find out. We'll find out, of course, as the market progresses. All right, let's take a look. We're going to come on in here, and we'll take a look and see how some of the... actually, let's take a look at how some of the tech players are doing in the pre-market. Give us a general idea of what's going on. Up here, we got Amazon. Look at this. Amazon's down a tiny bit. They're down at 209 from their 210. MicroStrategy's up a little bit. 275 to their 271. So that's not too shabby. Meta's down a tiny bit. Microsoft down a tiny bit. Google down a tiny bit. I'm thinking, when I said that light green or light red, it may look like we're going to start with a light red, just from looking at a few of these American stocks. So they're not off to the best start. They're not off to the best start at all. But the market opens in about 17 minutes. We will definitely find out what is going on over there. All right, I'm going to quickly jump back here over to the chat. Let's move us up to big size as we say good morning. Here we go. Mary in here first with a good morning, and it was Mary. Mary is responsible for this stream. She said, "Can you please give us another morning? A morning open?" And I was like, "Yeah, market open." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." So here it is. We got Paul. Paul is in as well. And I remember over yesterday on Discord, Paul was saying, oh, market open, gonna set my alarm clock. So your alarm clock works. Fantastic. We got Muggsy. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. We got Prairie. Good morning, Candace and crew. Jungle. Jungle saying good morning to all. Oh, we got Missy. Hello, Missy. Good morning. Bismarcky, happy Friday. What's in that coffee? Bailey's in mine. It's just straight up coffee. There's nothing special in it at all. Jungle Eddie saying, I call a green day. I call a green day. I'm thinking it may be green by the end of the day. I'll give you that. I do think it's going to be mostly flat, a little bit of up and down through the day, but we could be surprised. This has been a week of surprises for sure. Bismarcky's predicting a flat day. Paul saying flat sideways. Missy's saying, I think it's going to be green for a bit. Skiz is saying, is this real? Morning stream, win! And then 2 minutes later he wakes up and it's like, crap. No, it's real. It's real for sure. Prairie says, agreed. I have the day off from work for my birthday and wake up to a birthday live screen. Woohoo! It's your birthday. Holy banana bread. Happy birthday there, Prairie investor. Oh, this is fantastic. I love it. I love it. What are you going to do for your birthday? You got cake planned, something with the family, anything special. Chad says, happy birthday and many more. Roku. Where did I get Rico from? Roku says, good morning. Can this also be a pajama party? Absolutely. Clothes are are optional. At least for me, they're not. I mean, quite literally, if I did a stream without clothes, all the reflection off the light would blind everyone. It would not go over well. All right. Bitcoin sideways. A little bit. Now, I will show, let me just, sorry. I really should show what I'm about to show, right? All right. Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has been absolutely crazy, as you guys know. This is, a little bit sideways. So this here, and I should actually adjust that. Brand new all-time high. 76, pretty much 77,000. But yeah, we do have a little bit of sideways movement overnight in Bitcoin. We'll have to see what the market holds. I'm anticipating more of the same. Sideways, I imagine we'll get back up to the line again, but for the most part, I think it's going to be moving sideways for probably at least until next week, and we sort of see what we have coming. Big crazy Bitcoin story happened in Toronto this week. The CEO of WonderFi got kidnapped, held for ransom for $1 million. Then I don't know what happened. They found him in a park. He's fine. He's okay. I don't know if it's a situation like they don't give us a lot of information on this story. So I don't know if it's a situation where he basically said, maybe WonderFi said, yeah, no, we're not paying. And they're like, oh, man. And then being Canadian kidnappers, they don't kill the person. They just say, sorry about that, and let them go. It's kind of a crazy story. These things happen in Canada. What can I say? All right. Chad is saying, how young are ya? Oh, and I suppose I should be back to the regular size. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Happy birthday from Muggsy. Chat saying 1.1 billion went into Bitcoin ETF BlackRock. Yeah, there's been a lot of inflow. So I'm still really bullish on Bitcoin right now. Missy is saying happy birthday, Prairie, and Prairie saying thank you to everybody. Stan is in the house with a happy Friday. V Tang says, hi, first time I make it to one of these live streams. Happy Friday. Welcome to the live stream, V Tang. Yeah, normally we do a market close. This is one of these, usually about once a month. I end up doing a market open just because, market opens are kind of fun. Like different type of energy for sure. Chad says, like I said last month, end of the month, Bitcoin will rip. ETH pumping now, it finally woke up. Oh yeah, ETH has been doing absolutely crazy. Even right now, if you look at the day, I won't show you this. We'll look at this here once the market opens. Bitcoin's only up 0.24% on the day. ETH is up 1.58%. So ETH is doing pretty darn good. Ruku says, clothing optional will be our vacation in December. Okay, I don't know where you're going, but enjoy yourself. Nonetheless, JJ says, market open is dope. Yeah, absolutely. iBit bought in 1.1 billion inflows. Oh boy, yeah. It's just absolutely interesting. Prairie says, relaxing today while my daughter is at work. Movie and dinner out tomorrow. Okay. Sounds cool. Vic is in the house. Hello, Vic. Good to see you. Let's see. Is WonderFi the owners of CoinSquare or ShakePay? I know WonderFi is its own thing. That's actually the one that they had bought, what was it, BitBuy? And their biggest investor is actually Kevin O'Leary. So they're actually quite big. Chad says, a sup, Vic. Let's see. China put 10 trillion won and market not happy. Or, yeah. Well, yeah, the Chinese market, as you guys saw earlier, we looked at that. That was a nice red beginning to the Chinese market. Now, keep in mind, they're pretty much through most of their day. Vic says, mandated rest break, refreshed with a few hours, here with strong coffee. Yes, strong coffee is the way to start any morning, that's for sure. Chad says, anyone buying BCE at the all-time lows or red flag for that stonk? I did go in for one more share just to lower my adjusted cost base. Like BCE, they're going to be fine. But boy, this struggle certainly makes you question that, doesn't it? Vic says, I want BCE at $35. I'll swing 4K shares at that price. Yeah, absolutely. You know, maybe BCE will become our next Air Canada, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see for sure. Prairie says, young enough to invest consistently, not old enough to retire. So 58 years young. Well, nothing wrong with that. BCE 10% yield. Yeah, at this point, that yield is looking pretty darn crazy. All right. Now, we did have a jobs report drop this morning. So let me pull this up here. Give me 1 second. Boop-a-doo-doo. Here we go. Here we go. So yeah, so our unemployment rate, it is steady at 6.5% in October. Although we only added 15,000 jobs, so definitely not that much. But it is good news that it's steady, but it's also kind of good news if you like the rate cuts. It's kind of good news in that sense too, that it really wasn't overpowering when it comes to the overall job market. So that's not too shabby. We're going to talk more about that, of course, on the news program on Sunday. But yeah, that jobs report did drop, and our unemployment has not increased, and that's good news, because that's the one thing we really, really don't want to see happening, is that unemployment getting right out of control. All right. Chat says, sweet, well, enjoy your day. Let's see, Alberta fired the AIMCO board, the entire board. Oh boy, yeah, that's interesting. What's going on in the world? Well, we'll have to see. Alberta, of course, is they've got a very unique government over there right now. The Premier of Alberta, she's definitely not afraid of making waves, that's for sure. And sometimes you have to wonder, maybe more politicians should not be afraid of making waves. Chad says, Tom Lee started a new ETF called Granny Ticker. GRNY. Oh boy, yeah. That's going to be in that list of 14,000 coins I'm not going to touch, Chad. No lying to you there. No lying at all. Oh boy, yeah. That's kind of interesting. All right, let's zip over here again. We got about 7 minutes until the market opens. Let's see if anything improved down here in some of these tech companies. Yeah, they're still kind of hanging out. Okay, yeah, they're still up a little, down a little, down a little. So yeah, we're not getting a lot of movement. Not a lot of movement here. Oh, one of them that I did not look, as we got two other up here. We got Tesla's a little bit up, Here's that thing. Look at Tesla. They got as high as $299.77 yesterday. They are heading towards that $300 mark. Do you guys think they're going to break it today? It's a possibility. If they turn things around. But look at that. That's just crazy. And Nvidia a little bit down in the pre-market, but look at them. They're doing really, really good. If you guys remember, when we did that close with their last earnings call, things didn't go so well. But at that time, I said, hold on, don't worry, don't sell if you're in the red, because things are going to turn around, and things have absolutely turned around for Nvidia. Now we do have their earnings coming up. I don't know if I can see it yet on here, but they are coming up later in November, and it is a hard decision. I will tell you right now, if the U.S. election had gone the Kamala way, I would have been really worried for those NVIDIA earnings. But with that Trump victory, with that extra green in the market, and with people starting to get a little bit more happy, especially around tech, that might lower the bar a little bit for NVIDIA in those next earnings. Hopefully, I'm hoping that's on a Wednesday. I'm hoping they do it on a Wednesday. I don't know the exact date of it. If somebody can look that up, that would be fantastic, because I'm hoping we can live stream that one. That I have so much fun with NVIDIA like that. But yeah, so my opinion on how they're going to do. Oh, it's. I was like at the point that I didn't want to play it because I was a little worried. Now I'm less worried. I'm not sure yet if I want to play it, but I'll evaluate it as we get into that week for sure. Holy banana bread! So yeah, I'm a little bit indecisive on that one. But this election definitely has changed a few things in the market for sure. All right, let's see here. All right, yeah, and Vic was saying AIMCO manages the entire public pension system. Yeah, have they announced? Now, are they just going to rehire them, or are they looking at changing the system up a little bit? That would be interesting to know, Vic. Said they're going to hit 300 to 400. That's a possibility. Definitely they're going to hit 300. They may hit 300 today, that being Tesla, of course. And Chad says Tesla went from being my worst stock to my fourth best now. Wow. Well, that's that thing. I've always been adamant in that, no matter what happens to Tesla, no matter how many times they get knocked down, they do pick themselves back up and they do come back over and over again. And that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing Tesla making its move. All right, we got about 3 minutes till the market open. We do have the bell for that, by the way. We do the bell at both ends. So, well, that sounded kind of weird, but we'll leave it at that. Prairie says, I held my NVIDIA CDR up 0.5%. Woohoo! Fantastic. Love it. We got Amanda in the house with a good morning. Oh, and here we go. November 20th. Okay, let me pull up the calendar. That is a Wednesday. Oh, man, this is great. So not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. That is fantastic. I can't wait for that market open. It'll be great. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. And Prairie says that's after being down a few percent. Yeah. And that's the thing. What Prairie just said is kind of the... it's the hallmark of being a successful investor. Something doesn't go right, like an NVIDIA earnings call. You go in the red, but you don't panic. You don't sell, you hold on. I think the Gen Zers call it diamond handing, but that's what you do. And then it turns around, it comes back up, and now you're in the green. So Prairie did not take a loss because of panic. And that's the way to invest, folks. That is the key to becoming very successful. Chad says, Elon is the most powerful CEO now with the new presidential cell number and speed dial. Well, I mean, depending on how things are going to look, I believe Trump has promised a spot in his cabinet or at least on his inner team for Elon. Now, Elon has called it the Department of Government Oversight government expenditures or something like that. And the title, it's actually funny. The acronym of the title that Elon says he gets is Doge. So that'll be funny. It's going to be fun to watch this for sure. Okay, we got about 28 seconds. I got to make sure that bell is over here. And I'm going to bring us up live big screen for the bell. All right. Here we go. All right. I am absolutely ready. It's a morning bell, so if you are still groggy from the morning, you've got 4 seconds to cover your ears, because here it comes. market. The market is open. All right. Let's not be looking at my head. Let's look at the market. All right. Pulling this over. All right, let's get up here. TSX right off the bat. They're down 0.34%. So we do have a red day starting on the TSX. The S&P 500 they've started to the red. NASDAQ is delayed though. NASDAQ is delayed 15 minutes, so we have to ignore them for whatever reason. But S&P in the green, TSX, oh, look at this. It's falling more. Oh, boy. So it looks like we're getting a red day. That means, oh, boy, I got to change the sign to red. This should be fun. This should be a lot of fun. Oops, I don't want to go that way. That way leads us to, All right, I hope nobody has a seizure. Come on. Ooh, I think we're there. And I have to, let's just turn up the red on that. Bang. There we go. We got the red. Now you watch it turn around and go right back into the green on me. But it looks like we are following suit with the rest of, Europe. Europe was mostly all red. And we're off to a nice red start. Oh, boy. All right, Elon Doge. Yes, absolutely. I find it funny. I absolutely will find it funny as we sort of see what's going on here. Let's take a look here. The S&P still holding on a little bit. The Dow Jones also in the green. So Canada red, US is in the green. Now, Canada, of course, the only real catalyst we had was that jobs report that we mentioned, but it wasn't a terrible job report. It wasn't one to write home about, but it was kind of a stale report that at least didn't have things getting worse. All right, gold is right now currently sitting at 0.25 in the red, silver 0.63. Oil is down 1.22%. Bitcoin. We got some red initial movement here on Bitcoin as well. Now keep in mind, this candle began at 9 o'clock. So this is not since the market opened. This is since 9 o'clock. But we're still kind of in a holding pattern here. And we can probably throw in, I'm going to say, just throw in a couple little lines here and see if we're starting to get a pattern here. We'll come with this. We'll come over here with this one for the moment. Yeah, so we're looking to have had a bit of a pattern here. So if this holds up, that does mean we're probably going to break out of this sooner than later. If we break out, let's just go in here. Normally I spend a little more time working on these, but this is kind of on the fly. If we break out to the upside, we're looking at a new all-time high up around 77,498. If we break to the downside, that would basically bring us down around this support level here at 74.87. At the 74.8 area. So we'll have to sort of see which one we get. I'm an optimistic morning person, so I'm going to put her up here. I'll put her up here for now. So we'll see that as, of course, the day moves on. And the TSX still in the red, but it is pushing. It's pushing its way back up for sure. All right. Up 2.2%. No, 1.78%. Yeah, that's the that's what happens when you're trying to read something and it changes as you're reading it. So that's always fun. That is totally fun. It's a live market. What can you expect? Vic says, rest over, doing pre-checks and heading out. Catch you Sunday. All right, it was good to see you this morning, Vic. Drive safely. Drive safely. All right. TSM ripping today. Yeah. But let's pay attention. We'll pay attention. We'll see what happens here. Will this pull back? Now it's starting. It looks like it's starting to come back down a little bit, but that's kind of the market. Over on our heat maps, we can see. Just give me 1 second. Let's. I had this little thing that you guys can't see, but I can see that was blocking my bottom corner. All right. Over in the heat maps, we got a little bit of red in the market. So we got some of the banks are down. Yeah, look at this. CNQ's down. CNR is down. TELUS is up. Look at that. 3.57%. I didn't actually mean to zoom that way. But it worked out. That was a good zoom, right? BCE, Bell is back, is come up almost a full percent. Rogers, though, is down 0.15. Let's take a look and see if we have any early morning big moves. So over here, Canadian Tire, they actually had a pretty good earnings report, so it's not surprising that they're up 3.64%. Let's see here. NVD, whoops, what's that, Nevada? There, we pulled it up. Or no, this is New Vista Energy. NVD, New Vista Energy, they had a pretty good morning. They're up quite a bit, 6.58%. So we do have some bright spots over here. That's not too shabby, not too shabby. Actually, let's get rid of that, and let's get rid of that. We'll get to the really bright spots. I am gold, 6.9% up, so not too shabby. ELF. What is ELF? I actually don't know what ELF is. Oh, it's EL Financial. Interesting. Okay, they're having a pretty good morning. They're up 6.46%. And when you have a stock as expensive as they are, $1,400, that's a significant amount of money that has gone up. Perfect. All right, let's get everybody back. Looking at the U.S. heat. Sorry, that was not. Where is my U.S. heat map? Oh, my U.S. heat map. Oh, there we go. It accidentally switched places. I had to open them all up again today because I had a software update for the Mac yesterday, so it closed everything on me. The U.S. not looking as good. Not a lot of super green standouts other than Tesla, up 2.50%. Does that mean, let's pull this up. Does that mean, yes, it does. We're at 303. We missed it. It happened while we were looking at other stuff. 304. So Tesla having a good morning for sure. Wow. And of course, over to the cryptocurrency. Eek. Come on, get back, guys. Get back. This mouse is so sensitive. I don't even have to touch it and it will sometimes move. But Bitcoin up a tiny bit. Ethereum up quite a bit more. Solana looking to run away a little bit today. Oh, look at this. Cardano is up 10.57%. Holy cow. Of course, there are so many coins I have never heard of. It is a green day, so we're going to pick a crap coin from the red. We'll grab this one here. Turnoa. I don't know what this coin is. I've never heard of them before. But this is one of those 14,000 altcoins. I call these ones crap coins because, look at this. This is just at one point they were almost worth like 2 cents. Now they're worth 0.2 of a cent. So not a good trajectory, especially when you look at the overall strength of crypto and you're moving in the wrong direction. And they've been moving in the wrong direction since, this here starts back in April. So yeah, once again, a coin I would not recommend that you guys touch at all. If you want to get into crypto, and there is a lot of money to be made in crypto, stick to your front page coins. Stick to your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Solana, your XRP. Now, XRP, one of Trump's promises is that he's gonna fire Gensler as soon as he gets in, and that could be, obviously, if he does, he's looking to move somebody in who's more crypto friendly into the SEC leadership role. That could be very good for XRP and all of these lawsuits and all of the problems that a lot of crypto has been having. So that could be very, very bullish for the old Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, you name it. It's going to look a little bit better. All right, let's get back to the chat here as we finish that tangent. But before we do, I'm just going to quickly come back over here. And And here we go. Yeah, so Tesla that's not Tesla. That's the TSX. Let's go to Tesla. So here we are. Here's this candle that Tesla is on. They got up to 305. So that's pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool. I know Chad is loving it. I know this for sure. All right. Let's here we go. 5 and 6. Perfect. All right. I was just looking at my shortcut so I can move a little bit faster. So here we go. So Command 6, Command 5. Got it. All right. Well, where the heck was I here? Boop doop boo. All right. Yeah, Sisso. Welcome to the chat. Tesla at 302. Tesla and Amira earnings today. Are there, I don't think no. There's no Tesla earnings today. Tesla already had their earnings. Bleak said, "Hey all." Chad says 304. Paul, $60 below next 10K of numbers. Nice. Love crypto. I'm up 700%. That's not a shabby number at all. Wow. SUI. All right. Skid says, I'm anxious to see what Elon does with the Department of Government Efficiency, or FSE, and if we in Canada should stand to lose some government agencies. So you'll notice DOGE, Doge. That's all I can see now when I see his title, or his supposed title. I just see Doge, and that's hilarious. All right. Dripping HYLD today. Yes, I know there were dividends dropping this morning. I know RMAX dividends dropped. So definitely some dividends. All fun, all for the good. Chad says, all the action happens in the last 10 minutes to close. Well, actually, it's interesting. Most of your action in the markets, basically the first half hour and the last half hour is when most of your action, and yeah, even more specifically in those last 10 minutes can be crazy for sure. So you gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy it. I love a good market, that's for sure. Morning coffee. Yeah, it runs the day. It runs the day. Let's get back up here for a second here. The TSX is still in the red. They're actually looking to set themselves pretty good in the red today. So what can we say? Let's see here, guys, if I'm going to, first of all, let's bring it back up. Why did I do that? It's 6. Command 6. There we go. All right. I'm going to just bring this page back. Just to see if anything else has popped up in the news, because there's going to be absolutely stuff. What Trump's election could mean for interest rates in Canada. TELUS Corp. So TELUS net income operating revenue rise in third quarter. Did TELUS have... Let's go back here. Here we go. That's not... Actually, I can close that window now. That's a pre-market window. We don't need it. I want to come down here to TELUS. I don't know if I have them or not. I'm going to add them. All right, TELUS. All right, here we go. Here is TELUS Corporation. Where's the Canada one? Here we go. Oh, they are there somewhere, but now they're at the bottom. I like it. If they're at the bottom, I can find them better. Here we go. Yeah, here's their earnings. Look at this. Look at this. Nice green candle up here. You can barely see it. Well, now it's red, but let's take a look here. So earnings, they came in 18.84% over the estimate. So coming in with 28 when the estimate was 23.6. On the revenue side, 1.14% over estimate. So they came in with 5.099 billion. They were supposed to come in at 5.042 billion. So not too shabby. I have no doubt that this is good. This is good. If you're a Tesla. If you're a TELUS holder, not Tesla. I should try to never say TELUS and Tesla in the same sentence, because I can see me fumbling that every single time. All right. Let's see here. Missy says, yes, I'm in pajamas. It's 7 a.m. in Calgary. Oh, boy. Uh, Pretty soon you should hear the rooster crowing. Well, maybe not in Calgary per se, but if you're in rural Alberta, you'll definitely hear the rooster crowing. Skiz says, Candace making me want coffee. That comment made me want another sip of coffee. Oh, nice. So SUI is a crypto huge gains this year, 375%. That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. Prairie says, I'm enjoying my morning Timmies. Nice, nice. So some Timbits with your coffee. All right. Is anybody playing Axon? I'm not, but maybe somebody is. Ricardo says, good morning. Let's see. I hold 5 shares, average price of $2.92. Let's go. And that's Axon. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. We're here. We have it up. Actually, I haven't even opened up and we'll just do this right here. Bang, boom. TMX money. All right, and here we go. Axon Enterprise US. Yeah, look at this jump. This is amazing. We should actually open it on the other one as well, but I wanted to come in here first and just take a quick gander. Yeah, they've had this is 3 years. You can barely see any, like this here would have been the bear market in here, but they have been doing absolutely fantastic. And for those of you who do not know what Axon does, they basically develop, manufacture, and sell conducted energy devices and cloud-based digital evidence management software. There we go. Now it's mostly used by like law enforcement, but pretty good. Let's actually, what is it? Oh, it is actually AXON. Let's head over here. Let's put them in. Take a look at their earnings. AXON. Here we go. Axon Enterprises. And they are now our new bottom. And yeah, look at this. Nice little jump here. Their earnings came in. They beat their EPS by 21.02%. They beat their revenue by 3.60%. So that's not too shabby. That's a good one, Ricardo. Definitely a good one. All right. Oh, there we go. All right. Cisco says SUI is on the Sol platform. Yeah, Solana. That's one of those things why I really like Solana. Solana is kind of like a cheap version of Ethereum when it comes to just the platform, because you have a lot, the fees for using it are a lot lower, making it much more attractive to build things on that platform. So I am not surprised to hear that at all. Jungle Eddie says Royal Bank dripped HYLD yesterday. Wealthsimple is buying end of day today. Okay, interesting. Okay, Sol did good this year too. Taser, a Taser baby. I don't know what Taser is, but that's I like this. I like the sound of it. Well, other than the fact that, you know, tasers. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. In reference to Axon, right? All right. I am kind of curious once again. Holy banana bread. TSX, come on, get to the green. Look, the S&P 500's in the green. Now we do have the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is in the green. It's still 15 minutes, so this is pretty much right just after opening. Dow Jones, nice in the green as well, so not too shabby. Bitcoin is now down. Bitcoin, this could be, maybe I need to put this down here. Hopefully it's not this. Hopefully Bitcoin pulls itself back up in here, but I get worried when I see something of that size. Even still, guys, even if we come down, and even if it does break down and we come down here, it's only going to go back up again. As I said, right now I'm pretty darn bullish on Bitcoin overall. All right. Let's see. Took a chance and bought 2 more shares of BCE. All right, Chad. There's your rebel side coming in. BCE, by the way, let's take a look at this. This is hilarious. BCE, here we go. So right now they're under $40, and that's just crazy. But they did get down to $38. Was that yesterday? That's just, yeah, that's really, really crazy. And when we look at this, I'm going to come all the way out here to, we have to come out to the 15-year. So the last time they were this low was pretty much all the way back here in 2011. That is absolutely crazy. There is a lot of pent up, there's just a lot of pent up room to grow for them in coming back. Now, what they did do with purchasing the U.S. company they had purchased earlier in the week, that's going to be good for them overall. But as Vic was mentioning, look at this. Their dividend yield right now, 10.247%. They're going to be, if you're worried about that their dividend getting cut, I'm not super worried. They are a dividend aristocrat. I can't remember exactly how many years now it's been since that they have consecutively raised their dividend. I believe it's in the high 20s, so maybe 25, 26, somewhere in that area. I'd have to look that up. But I don't think there's a danger of that. So right now, this is an opportunity. I think you're going to be okay, Chad. I think you will absolutely be okay. Yeah, exactly. Just that when you said taser the first time, I thought we'd moved on to that, and I realized, the last topic, the axon. So yeah, I got it right away. Is anyone paying attention to GFL? I'm up 11.5% since Tuesday. Garbage is where it's all at. I don't think I did GFL. I think they have been in the vote. So this here is GFL Environmental. But yeah, I mean, garbage, it is a profitable thing here. So like, look at the last year. They've had a few down patterns, but for the most part, they keep moving up. So now, if you look at kind of the trend, if this trend keeps up, they may come back down again and then head back up again. But that might be a good buying opportunity if you are interested in good old GFL. Let's see. Anybody paying attention to GEO as a prison stock? Ricardo, what is it with you? You're investing in the police and the jails? Are you expecting a big crime wave? But that's interesting. All right, garbage. Rocketing since Trump elected. Yeah, I mean, any stock, like if he keeps his word with the mass deportations that he's looking at. Here's the thing. You can't just pick up a person, take them to the border, and boot them off. It's not like removing a gopher from your property. You have to, there's a process, and it takes time to do it. And a lot of what they're looking at is, they might have to have prisons erected just to put some of these people that are going to be deported in as they're getting processed. So yeah, there could definitely be money in that. So, and that's smart, because what Ricardo is doing is looking at that world, looking at the world stage, looking at what's coming down the road. And, if the companies that are going to be involved in building some of these, then yeah, if you get in early, you're probably going to make a very good profit. The only danger sometimes is that sometimes when you're looking down the road, especially with politicians, if politicians say, when I get elected, I'm going to do this. If all of a sudden Trump gets sworn in and he's just like, we'll put that on the back burner for now. There's more important things to do. You could get in a situation where you don't get your profits as fast as you were hoping. So always keep that in mind. But right now I can understand why it's rocketing since Trump got elected. All right. Chad says, hold WCN for garbage. Let's actually put Chad up. Hold WCN for garbage. Had GFL on my watch list. So WCN's another nice one. Let's just pull it up here. WCN. It makes me feel like I just did a call letter for a radio station. You're listening to WCN, the radio station with garbage tunes for your garbage needs. All right, here we go. Oh, WCN, Waste Connections. Oh, look at this. Another big jump. It looks very similar to the last one we were looking at GFL. And if you look out here, though, this has been, I mean, they've been doing well. Um, and this is another one I would love to do a deep dive on. I think it has a hard time. Sometimes some companies just have a hard time winning the vote. Like later today, we have XID. It's actually, a ZID. It's getting its deep dive. Why? Not because it won the vote, but because of the subscriber sponsored video. So sometimes I have a feeling one of these might have to get powered through that way. But yeah, I'm going to sort of reevaluate things. Of course, every year I do this, so don't worry. I always reevaluate the channel and see what new little tweaks I can make when we enter the new year. So, we'll take a look at that. I love, of course, having the voting, but I might reserve one video for, I don't know if I'll call it the underdog video of the month or something, so that I can look at one that just doesn't get the love it deserves and maybe push it through. I'm not sure yet. It's all in the idea mode, so that's kind of interesting. All right, let's see here. Yeah, BCE wiped out 13 years of gains. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. They've got a pretty good moat, and I recently did a deep dive on them. Their fundamentals are not that bad. They're not as bad as you would expect for a company that wiped out 13 years of gains. So I'm looking forward. Now, mind you, there is going to be some amount of debt that they're going to pick on because of the acquisition of that U.S. company. Not as much as you would think, because if you guys remember, they sold some of their sports rights, I think, over to Rogers just recently. So they actually have been selling off a few things to sort of prepare for that purchase. So they have raised a lot of that money without taking on debt, but there will be some additional debt, of course. Luckily, rates are going down, though. Luckily, rates are going down. Prairie says, coworker is bullish on BCE. He bought 500 shares when it dipped to that $38. I am bullish on BCE. I mean, I look at it and I'm like, oh God, it keeps going down. But, as I said, their fundamentals are pretty good. I think they're making some of the right moves for their future growth of that company. And dipping into the US, I think that's a great idea, because there's not really a lot of room to expand in here. You've got the three, you've got, technically the four now with Quebecor, and there's really not a lot. It's almost like your new growth is just everybody's sort of pulling, Rogers is taking from TELUS is taking from Bell is taking from Rogers. You're just sort of shuffling customers around with new deals. I think this is just a great opportunity to get into an additional market. And the US market is a lot different than the Canadian market, that's for sure. All right. They actually have reasonable priced cell phone plans in the US because competition. They have a lot of competition. Here, we don't have that competition, of course. All right. Chad says, yes, Tesla, my long-term play, holding it 3 years now. Bought at all-time high, $9.50 per share. Wow. But that, of course, keep in mind, that $9.50, that was before some of the stock splits. So 500 shares, wow, that is a lot. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely. They are decriminalizing everything. No money is prisons. Well, it's actually interesting. With the U.S. election, a lot of states tried to decriminalize marijuana, and not just for recreational. Well, some tried for recreational, but some also for medical. And a lot of the states, it failed in quite a few. Like in Florida, it failed, and that's because when you're doing it if you're doing it as an amendment on, when you basically vote, you need more than 50% of the vote. You need 60%. So the one in Florida to legalize marijuana, my belief is it got about 57% voted for it, but because it didn't hit that 60%, it didn't make it through, unfortunately. Let's see. Hey, I chase money. I don't usually follow emotions. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good investing strategy overall. Chad says, I buy, sit, and wait. Diamond hands. Yeah, good old diamond hands. Garbage is on a tear. Yeah, garbage is that one thing that's never going away. I mean, we produce a lot of it. I mean, every household, like normally, like our garbage here is collected, I think, every 2 weeks. And we normally have at least 4 bags. I'd say 4 bags would be the average for sure. And that's just two. There's two of us here. So, and cats. Well, you can count the cats. The cats make a fair amount of the garbage too. Bismarck, sorry, there we go. I almost missed. Ricardo says, well, I have a Play account that I got when the U.S. started doing stimulus. So my account went from $600 from their check to today is 6.2K by playing shares. That's not bad. If you've turned $600 into 6.2K, that's a pretty good accomplishment, Ricardo. Nice. Bismarck, he says, maybe have a vote for only 4 losers for the deep dive. That's a possibility. Now, because we're already had one change to the vote, they used to give me 5 options. For some reason, though, it's switched to 4. They've cut back one of the options. So now it's only 4 options each time we do a vote. So, but yeah, we'll have to I'll figure some way out because, and it is nice. This week, next week, we're getting Fairfax Financial. That was the second. This is the first time, normally we just do that one subscriber sponsored video each month. This month we got 2 just because there was such an overwhelming demand for ZID. So that is dropping today. Of course, the channel members, they could see it as early as yesterday, so that's not too shabby. All right. Skiz says, same here, but I think before the end of the year, I take some profits, get that cash position like Warren Buffett. You can't argue against Warren Buffett ever. That's one of my key rules. Never argue against Warren Buffett. MSTU up 5.47%, almost broke even from yesterday. Nice. I remember seeing over on the Discord, guys. So, by the way, we have a Discord. Let me show you guys. Let's bring it all up here. I'm actually in a help Discord here. This is somebody else's Discord. I have that weird situation. I tried to bring JJ on, and I just cannot hear him. So I have a request in on the help over here on the eCam community. But let's get to our community. Over on our community, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. This is, whoa, let's not, I just put my hand down on the keyboard. Of course, something popped up. This is where you can find a lot of stuff. For example, our schedule. So as you can see, we've got everything scheduled up to January 5th. Now, two things actually that are not yet on the schedule. One are our financial blogmas. That's the event we're running from December 1st to December 24th, where I'll be doing a little bit of a little live stream, a mini live stream every day. And it's going to be different stuff. It's not going to be me sitting here like I normally am. I might get out and about. Maybe there'll be one where I'm at the Parliament buildings. I don't know yet. Honestly, it's going to be weather dependent. If it's if all of a sudden December gets really cold and it's like minus 25, I'm probably not going to do a live stream standing outside the Parliament buildings freezing my butt off. But then again, maybe I will. You never know. I could get adventurous. But anyway, the Discord has all of what's going on, so you know when stuff's coming. And you can sort of see right now. You can see here the deep dive on ZID today. One on nuclear profits on Monday. We got the channel members live stream right here, November 14th. So those of you who are channel members, be sure to throw your ideas on the community tab for that, because we always have a theme or something that you guys want me to cover. Be sure to get your ideas, and we'll get a poll up pretty darn soon for you. And then here's the other one, the Fairfax Financial. They're getting their shot on November 15th. So that's going to be kind of cool. I haven't really pushed too much. Oh, this is another one too. I'm going to be doing, so as you guys know, I do some retirement videos. This is going to be sort of a retirement. It's going to cover both retirement and non-retirement, but we're going to look at income splitting and pension income splitting. That'll be November 26th. I had that as a request, and I'd already been thinking about it, but somebody requested it in a comment yesterday, so I was like, oh yeah, let's get this scheduled. I know I've been thinking about doing it. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned. But anyway, that's just one thing. There's a lot of conversation over here. Here's our crypto investing. You can see Paul, a lot of Paul. Paul pretty much owns, Paul and Sammer. They pretty much own that thread, but come over, say hi to them. Come over, say hi to me. You can talk about anything over here. If you've got a YouTube channel, we've even got a self-promotion part here. Now, sometimes I can't find the one I'm looking for because JJ keeps renaming them. But every so often I'll name one back. Like actually the news feed, I named that back yesterday because I was like, I kept scrolling looking for it and I'm like, he named it something interesting. So I changed it back. And that's just, just news things. I like to pump a little bit of news in there, all that fun stuff. So this is fantastic. We do have this available. I'll drop the link in here for you guys. Let me just grab a new link here. Invite people. All right. Edit. I'm just going to make sure. No, I don't want no expiration. Never expire. Never expire. Generate a new link. Here we go. Copy. All right. I'm going to post that in. There we go. So that there is the link for the Discord. It's a lot of fun over there, and it's a great way to know what's going on the channel. We do have a Facebook group as well, so you're more than welcome to join either or both. It's up to you. It's not as much conversation on the Facebook group, but maybe you could be the one to start it. So nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, now let's see. Where the heck was I? All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Warren Buffett sitting on a mountain. Here we go. I think I was around here. Warren Buffett sitting on a mountain of cash. First time was 2008. Second time was 2020. And now, what does he know that we don't? That's a good question. I do not know. Skiz thinks he knows something. And Ricardo saying, yeah, isn't he sitting on like 300 billion in cash? Put my loot into cash ETF, get my 4.78% worry-free. Yeah, absolutely. I did add, this month around, I did add one more share to cash, so CASH. So I am keeping I've got a small cash position, but, it doesn't hurt to have one. Ricardo says, do you all have like a money markets account in Canada? I don't have a money markets account. Chad says, I'll take it out when the market drops 10%. So here in the US, we have SPACs, which yields the 4.97. So yeah, here we have, like you do have a few high interest accounts that you can get, but most of them don't hit that. Like a cash ETF gets you close. But when you look at things like Wealthsimple Cash or EQ Bank, as the rates have been coming down, those have also been coming down. So I think most of them are in some between 2 and 250. But I have a feeling that they'll come down even further as we continue with these rate cuts. And yeah, cash, PSA, those are some good ones. And those ones do provide pretty close. They're pretty close to 5%. So I definitely like them. But here's the one difference. Because it is an ETF, you can't get that money instantly. You can get it instantly if you just want to take it out and buy another stock. But if you want the cash in your pocket, you got the whole T+1 and then the amount of time, let's say if you're using Wealthsimple, the amount of time it takes to leave Wealthsimple to get to you. So it probably would take you about half a week to get that cash in your pocket. Chad says, but I want BCE and TELUS out of my portfolio as I hold VDY way overweighted. Yeah, VDY is not, like I do love the Vanguard ETFs. I think they're really good. Yeah, you can't go wrong with them, that's for sure. Let's see, Chad, cash ETF is now 3.72% APR. I guess the rate drop's causing it to go down. Really? I had not heard that. That's odd because I know with rate cuts, whether we've been moving up and down in the past, they've been very consistent, but I'll look into that more. Candace, stream from inside the Parliament building. It's not a bad idea. I don't think they'll let me in. No, you never know. Maybe I'll be like, it's -25. I'm doing a live stream. Come on, let me in. Oh boy. Chad says, oh really? Thought it was 4.78. Wealthsimple needs to update their information. Yeah, I thought it was that too. Well, let's take a look. Let's take a gander over here. Sorry. We need to be over here. All right, cash. Because, yeah, that's the first I had heard of that. So here it is, the Global X High Interest Savings ETF. All right, let's just take a gander down here. So right now, it's still showing 4.376%. I'm going to come in here to the key data. All right. And that's payable November. Oh, that's already been paid. So there we go. I think that hit my account this morning too. So 1.55 for that. But that number, just going back once again. So yeah, right now they're still showing it as this. So I don't know. They have been very, very consistent. But you can sort of see the price has been definitely consistent. But I'll have to look into that a little bit more, because if they've announced that and it hasn't yet shown up, that's definitely something to take into consideration. All right, let's see. Oh, that was me. Here we go. Wealthsimple says 4.65% for cash. Paul said, saw on YouTube someone talking about if a mist hits a nuclear power plant, that it will melt down and a big cloud of stuff will go into the air and temperatures will drop 20 to 40. What? If a missile probably hits a nuclear power plant. Maybe if you were to blow up every single nuclear power plant in the world all at once, even then, no, it's not good. I don't think that would happen. You have to sort of look at what you were looking at. This almost sounds like it might have come off of a prepper channel. Like, there are some prepper channels that have really good information. They're just prepared in case something goes wrong. And then there are prepper channels which are paranoid beyond belief. But you got to realize too, there's going to be a certain amount of paranoia anyway on a prepper channel, because if you're not afraid that everything is going, that the crap is going to hit the fan, you're probably not buying the products they have. You're probably not watching as many of their videos. So if they can make you worried about stuff, and they will exaggerate, they absolutely will, they're going to get your viewership. It's as simple as that. I know a good amount about science, and one missile hitting a nuclear power plant is not going to impact the world temperature. Not by, if it did, it would be it'd be such a small fraction that you probably would have a hard time finding something capable of measuring it. So yeah, I wouldn't be worried, Paul. I think you're safe. In fact, I'm actually very bullish on nuclear in general. It's a lot safer than people actually believe it is. Now there are certain circumstances where, don't build a big nuclear power plant on a fault line or on a place that's prone to get hit by tsunamis. But, and plus some of the newer modular type nuclear, they're even more safe, and that's kind of the wave of the future when it comes to nuclear. But yeah, absolutely. So Paul, yes, you're right. Just checked out Final X web page. Okay, there we go. And that's exactly what that would have been my next step, but thank you, Chad. So, interesting. That is very interesting. Now, I'm going to have to examine that between some of the other cash. Maybe see if there's one that isn't lowering their dividend down, because, I like that dividend. All right. YouTube is hyperbolic sometimes. Mario is in the house with a good morning. All right, guys, we haven't looked at the market in a bit. We have not looked at the market in a bit. Let's head over there and see. Good. Bitcoin is recovering. I'm liking it. Cool. I didn't want them to break down. But all right, TSX. Yeah, they're still pretty firm in the red. Not looking that great. S&P, pretty flat. Like, we got green, but it's not up by a lot. And NASDAQ, we're now a little bit down on the NASDAQ. So 0.01. Now, mind you, that's 15 minutes ago. Dow Jones, pretty much the healthiest market right now is the Dow Jones. So the small caps are doing good. Gold down. Silver down, oil down. Look at this, oil's down 2.29%. This is expected. This here is expected for two reasons, guys. Two reasons. And they're both coming out of that election. So one, Donald Trump's, well, his motto was drill, baby, drill. So that, of course, will flood the market with more oil. And right now the market is saturated. So just the thoughts of that is certainly impacting oil. In addition to that, we're kind of just in that point where we have that saturation. So that's kind of the second one. The second one is that saturation and the whole geopolitical aspect of the Middle East right now. Just the fact that, whether it doesn't matter to me, it doesn't matter who you supported in the election. The reality is, Donald Trump, he's got a little bit of a, I don't know what the word is for it, but he's got people a little bit afraid to sort of, not know exactly what he's going to do. And I think in the case of the Middle East, that's not perhaps a bad thing. So I think we're going to see things sort of hopefully temper down a little bit. But that does as well impact the price of oil, as we're not worried about things escalating out. The Middle East right now, it's totally different than it was just a month ago. That's for sure. So just something to keep in mind, Bitcoin. Oh, there we go. Bitcoin's back in the green. And there, as you can see, it moved up even as we were talking about it. Ethereum also back in the green. They're in the green a little bit, 0.64%. Not too shabby. Let's see crypto pick themselves back up later today. I'd like to see them move back up. And I'd like to see the TSX get back into the green. Right now, we just don't have it. So what can I say? Whew, holy banana bread. All right. Let's just see. Where were we at? We're over here. The ESG in me is bullish on solar, free, and renewable. But the businessman in me is bearish because you can't charge for free sun. You can charge. You can charge. If you're, you can't charge, like if you're doing it at yourself, like if you got solar panels at home, sure, they can't charge you for that. But if the government's setting up solar stations, like a solar farm, I guess we could call it. If they have a solar farm, there's definitely going to charge for that. Chad thinks that solar is a joke. Skiz says for now. Always will be unless you live in the sun. Well, there is talks. Now, this is just ideas, but if you actually put solar collectors, in orbit or even further out, like at one of the Lagrange points, you could collect a lot of energy. Now, you have to still find a way to get that energy back to Earth, so that's why you can't go that far out. But there is, the energy from the sun, it's an insane amount. And we will learn to harness it better. I'm still bullish on oil because a lot of these technologies are not, they're still on the drawing board phase. And it'll be a long time before they actually get implemented. But right now, oil's going to be big for a while. Nuclear, I think, is going to be huge. Only because right now I don't think oil has the capacity to really create the energy that AI needs. That's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons why NVIDIA is looking at, investing in a nuclear power plant in Japan. And why, was it Amazon? I think it was Amazon that got into a bunch of modular reactors. So I'll be doing more research on this over the weekend, of course, because I have to script that video on nuclear profits. But that's going to be a good one. I can't wait. Let's see. Chad says, always will be unless you live in the sun. All right, we actually did that one. Okay. And still, at this age, solar panels end up in the dump. They can't recycle the silver out of them. Yeah, obviously we need to improve the technology before it will become something that, because you need to not only improve the technology, but also look at scaling the price back to make it affordable all at the same time. Let's see, maybe panel efficiency is only 20%. Improvements to take could make it take more. According to Elon Musk, it won't work. But keep in mind, he's not running a solar company either. But so, well, okay. I stand corrected. He does have those little solar panel things. As soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. He does have a small division that has solar. But yeah, anyway. Ricardo says, yeah, I don't believe oil is going anywhere. I'm super excited with oil. I'm holding Exxon, ET, and DHT. Yeah, no, oil I think is a safe bet. You're going to have your downs like right now, but it will come back. It always does. Telus up 4%. Bell 1.5%. Yeah, they're actually moving up, which is fantastic. The TSX, not so much. It's kind of interesting. Let's actually head over here to the TSX again. Yeah, look at this. Who are our really big... I'm going to get rid of the winners. Yeah, take a look at this. We got, so energy, so CNQ, Suncor, Imperial Oil, Tourmaline. Of course, oil's dropping. So this makes sense. It's one of those things about Canada. And I think this actually explains a lot. So when you have, when you look at Canada, Canada is financials and energy. Those are our two really big sectors. So if you have one of our big sectors going down because of the price of oil, that's going to really hurt the market. And when you look over here at your finance, we got a lot of our banks are coming down a little bit, or they're flat, mostly flat. So yeah, this is kind of what's powering, I think, our red market today. All right, we'll bring everybody back. The fun of it all. All right, let's get back to the regular chart. I don't think we're going to see any help here. Now, kind of interesting right now, what's going on here with Tesla? Well, look at this. Look at this. 312. Chad, did you say 400 today? Did you? We're not going to hit 400 today, but now you look at it and it's like, I was like, oh, we should be able to hit 300 today. And Chad's talking about 400. And I'm like, okay, I don't think he meant it today, but we're 1/10 of the way there. We're 1/10 of the way there. So just kind of fun to look at that. Holy banana bread. All right, we'll leave that there here for a second as we get to more questions. All right, so yeah, Chad's saying yes, the power wall and solar roofing, it's dark by 5:30 p.m. light out at 8 a.m. Now would never run in my house this time of year, summer. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. What you need for effective solar, one, is you need to have a battery, and you also need to have better efficiency than 20%. So imagine if you had a solar panel that had an efficiency of, let's say you could get it all the way up to like 75%. You'd have more than enough power for you in the daytime, and the rest of that you could store it in a battery for the night. And that's just kind of that thing. And I think battery technology, we also kind of need that to get ramped up a bit too as well. But anyway, Ricardo says Amazon entered a contract with Dominion Energy for 950, let's see, WHZ for 10 years. And then, let's see, spend another 20K to replace them. Oh, I think that's the solar. Paul says, sold 100 shares of BTCX.B to buy 45 shares of NVDR. So, NVIDIA CDR, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually... I'm just, you look at this, Tesla's still going up to 313. Yeah, how is NVIDIA doing today? Let's just take a gander here. All right, so NVIDIA is not having the best day today, but nonetheless, we'll go back to Tesla. Tesla's more fun to watch because it keeps going up. All right. Skiz says, yeah, how crazy is it that private companies like Amazon, NVIDIA, etc. are looking to get their own modular reactors? Well, it's AI. And the next phase is very, very close, which is AI agents. And that training agents is going to take a lot of power. And the power needs of AI is only going to get higher. Well, until we improve, eventually we'll improve the chips so that they don't use as much power. But right now, yeah, it's a ramp. We're going up huge energy-wise, and that's why Nuclear is really, really the only option right now to meet the crazy demands that they have. Elon bought solar tech in 2011. There we go. Chad says, Skiz, a 20,000 solar system will take almost 20 years to pay for itself. Or a 20K solar system will take almost 20 years. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty bullish for where we can go energy-wise. I think, in the long term, I think solar will probably be where it's at. Long term. Once we have that technology, once we can actually, if you go far enough in the future, like we're not talking, provided humans don't kill ourselves off, but as long as humanity survives, if you go billions of years in the future, we'll probably have like a Dyson sphere around the sun collecting a whole bunch of that energy. Because I imagine, in the year 10,000, the energy needs, like even in the year 10,000, the energy needs, I think, for humans are going to be crazy. But it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. All right. Let's see here. All right, guys, we've been at this for a little bit. If you guys got your last minute questions, get them in. Doesn't mean that we're leaving right away. If you guys have a lot of questions, we'll keep going. Yeah, as we're doing that, let's take one more look at the market. So, well, we're already in here, but the TSX, yeah, they're really settling into a red day. But, the rest of the world, though, I think the S&P will probably finish in the green. And I also think, the NASDAQ will recover. This is 15 minutes ago, and with that Tesla pump, I think that's going to certainly help. So I'm going to say flat day for the NASDAQ, slightly green for the S&P 500, probably a green day for the Dow Jones, red day for the Toronto Stock Exchange, gold in the red, down 0.57. They may recover. It's hard to say. Silver down 1.77. And oil, I think oil will finish in the red today. So this is probably one of those days where it may not be a bad idea to play an inverse ETF on oil. Bitcoin looking fine. They have, look at this. Oh boy. Let's just pull this up. They have actually recovered. There we go. Here's my list. They have recovered from this. So this was not their breakdown. I'm moving this back up here. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's see you head up to 77.5 today. So, we'll see how far they go. It's going to be fantastic. I'll be playing Bitcoin today as well. The other thing I'll be doing this afternoon, of course, is getting the news ready for the weekend, because we got this week coming up on Sunday. I can't wait. I have already got a couple of stories done, so because I knew I was doing this in the morning, so I'm like, I better get a couple of stories done, get ahead of the game a little bit. I still have to make all the graphics and everything, but it's going to be fantastic. Mary says, thank you so much. Oh, yeah, it's fun coming in, doing a market open, because, it's outside of the norm, which is fantastic. Guys, if you have not hit that like button yet, because, Mary's watching. If you have not hit that like button yet, absolutely hit it right now. I think we're sitting at 20 likes. Come on, at least one of you hasn't done it. There we go. We just went to 21. Awesome. I'll have a cup of coffee. Paul says, September 2022 got a replacement cold weather heat pump air handler with a 10-year 0% government loan. So 8 years left. Got rebates, $5,600 federal and $6,300 provincial. Help pay for a tankless hot water. Nice. I know my mom in her house, the one that burnt down, she had switched to some heat pumps. They still had the furnace, but then they had the heat pumps to sort of heat the sitting area. But the rest of the house was heated by the furnace. But that did help. It did help cut into their overall heating costs for the year. So definitely. It was Mario. Mario was number 21. And somebody else came in for number 22. You guys rock. Paul said use rebates to pay for the tankless hot water heater and pay some debt off. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, if you are looking to set up like a hot water heater or something like that, or some of these heat pumps, there, double check. There's federal rebates you can get. There's provincial rebates you can get. Get whatever you can, because why not have that price knocked down big time by some of these rebates? So. Did Bitcoin change to the upside? Yeah, Bitcoin right now, it's sitting up here at 76.4. So it moved, it had a nice swing back up. So not too shabby. And hopefully, we'll definitely see another Bitcoin all-time high probably by the end of the weekend. If not today. It just needs a nice little boost. If it breaks fully out of this here pattern to the upside, we could be looking at an all-time high up around 77.5, but we'll see for sure. All right, okay guys, this has been a great open once again. I always love doing these ones are just fun because they're so different. They're definitely so different. We'll be back here of course on Sunday for this week, and that should be fantastic. And pretty soon we'll be in December, and you guys will have I will be in your house so much I probably should be paying you rent. That's December. That's the way that's looking. And here's the other interesting thing too. I just want to come back over here to not the heat map, the Discord YouTube schedule. That 5,000. We do need to start thinking about it. So the 5,000 subs to be determined. We need to figure out what I'm going to do for that, because I have a feeling it could happen in December. Depends. It really, really depends. But I have a feeling. It's either going to happen like, I don't know. It'll happen in December. And then I'll be like, I got to squeeze this in too. But we'll figure something out. Now it's time to come up with an idea. I don't have one yet. Because, we're past 5.7. What are we at right now? I'm just going to refresh this to give you an accurate number. So yeah, right now we're at 47.28. So basically we're 272 away from that 5,000. So that's coming up really, really, really fast. And also, guys, there will be a video coming out here this afternoon. As Paul mentioned, the ZID video, that's dropping this afternoon. So yeah, it's definitely fabulous. Chad's waving goodbye. Skid's saying, time to buy coffee. Bye, all. Absolutely. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic day. We'll be back here Sunday. Until then, take care. Wait a minute. I don't want to close on little me. So, all right, here we go. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Hopefully your markets turn red, or if they stay green, you find some deals. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.